All right, let's get this party started. Can you hear me okay, Lynn? Hopefully you can. I know there's a delay, but I always like to check and make sure my sound is working. Testing 1, 2, Lynn. Test, test, test. Anybody else out there? Well, it checks out on my end. Ah, good. Hey, Joe, how you doing today? I've got some great mail calls today. It's always nice to know I can be heard. Anybody wants to join, the link's up top. Aurora's all torn apart. So I'm working on it. Breweries, took the brewery out so I can get to the area behind it. Eventually all that'll come down. So Lynn, you can't hear me, but Joe can. You have to turn your volume up to hear me, Lynn. Turn your speakers on. So anyway, as I was saying, Aurora over there is all torn up. All right, I pulled the brewery out. I've got the base of all these buildings marked, but I wanted to get this building that I've been working on done. All right, because it goes in behind there. And then I've got to scratch build a couple others, but those will be covered in some tips of the day next week. So this building's almost ready to go. I just need to put some foam board on the back of it. And I am wearing my uniform of the day, which of course is Blame Heat. I got some really great mail calls. All right. At least I think they're great. So we'll do one about every half hour or so. Hey, Bernard, I didn't see you up there. Times 4 and 16. That reminds me, there's in the Mid-South, and even down here in the Southeast, there's and I guess I go all the way up into the Midwest, but there's some banks called the Fifth Third. Yeah, Bernard. Even though Illinois, Upper Illinois anyway, isn't even near a fault line, it's been rattled around a bit as I'm working on it. So it's going to be down. That section of layout will be down for a couple weeks. But I can still get phase 1 area, the dog bone. I can still run it. I don't have it set up, but I can still run it. And that's what I meant, Lynn. Big mail call. Actually, 3 mail trains. And if you looked at the announcement for the live stream, hey, Dwight, it was the Pensy. So we got something coming in from the East Coast. And we had City of Los Angeles. So something coming in from west of Chicago somewhere. And we had the California Zephyr. So something else coming in from west of Chicago. Yeah. Don't say dog bone too loud. Yeah, my dog will be in here for a treat sooner or later. Let's just start it off. We want a mail call? Who wants a mail call? All in favor, say aye. In the basement? I didn't know you had basements out there, Lynn. Wish I had a basement like one I grew up in. Okay, we got one eye, two eyes. No nays. All right, we'll do the first one. Let's switch cameras. Shall we switch cameras? All right, let me go over there. All right, so, well, I need to train first, don't I? I kind of let things go. Don't want that reverberating. Hey, Steve. Mr. WWW. There's nobody in my basement, Lynn. Real or cyber-wise. That's interesting that I can't. Here. All right, so here it comes, pulling in the station. Okay then. Absolutely, Friday. Every day's Friday for me, though. All right, so now that I've, let's go see what was on that mail train, shall we? All right, so there was a list. I've been looking for a pedestrian bridge to go over at Aurora. Okay, well, let me switch to Aurora and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Where's Aurora? Where's Aurora? Where's Aurora? Yeah, that'll. It's that one. All right, so Aurora's in pretty much a state of disarray right now, but what I'm doing, okay, is this little building here that's between the cold storage and the brewery, okay, is going to be a little pedestrian station. What I need is a pedestrian bridge to go over 2 tracks and come down to a station platform, okay, so that I can have a station here in Aurora, okay, because Aurora was a main station. Actually, it was the furthest out from Chicago. As far as the Zephyrs went back in the day, Chicago, LaGrange, and Aurora were the three that serviced the western Chicago area, Chicago and the western suburbs. Okay, so I've been looking for that. Well, damn, that cheap little kit they want, anywhere from $20 to $30 for that little Bachman kit. So I've been watching, and device is not connected, Randall. Is the message I'm seeing. Don't know what that means. Now it's showing you. Okay, we got your audio. Anyway, this little pedestrian brick. Just happened to be surfing through eBay, and I saw this lot. Okay, and it included the it included the. Hey, Randall. Anyway, it included. I'm in the middle of the mail.
Oh, there you go.
So it included this $20 to $30 kit, 2 old Tyco transformers. I haven't even tested them yet, and a Bachman, comic book, which I've trashed already because I didn't want it. All for $5 plus $5.89 shipping or something like that. So for under $11, I got these 2 little transformers and this pedestrian bridge, which is what I really wanted. So I was tickled to death with that. All right, I'm gonna have to test out these power packs and see how they're doing. But it's always good to have an extra 1 or 2 of those laying around. So that's our first mail call.
I'm actually on my way back from Springfield, Missouri. I just got done with my fuel stop.
And how do I get rid of this one?
Well, they were sure running the trains this morning.
They what?
I said they were sure running the trains this morning.
Yeah. With supply chain all backed up the way it's been, the railroads have been super busy. That's why they canceled the big boy.
It was really slow from oh, sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's why they canceled the big boy tour this summer, because the rails are full.
Yeah, I heard that. It was real slow from I'm going to say from Saturday to about Wednesday. And then it was just like they had flipped the switch and just started going crazy.
Huh.
I mean, when I went to Wednesday, there wasn't hardly anything on. Hang on, I got to call something.
So anyway, yeah, Bernard, I thought it was a big score. Just another project to do, but yeah, what do I got? Nothing but time. So, and I'm not quite ready for it, but I'm glad I got it. And I have been looking for, 6 months, because I knew what I wanted to do there, and anticipated that being that kit being the best alternative. If it wasn't a perfect fit, I knew I could bash it and make it work. So, and I showed earlier, I cut an 1.5 inches off the back of one of my background buildings that I picked up at the Real Rails Model Train Show a couple months ago.
Okay, I'm back
And,
now, Steve.
all right. So I cut that back, and I've got it all wired up with a couple LEDs and finishing it up. And then I've got a couple of scratch builds off of extra panels from kits that I've got to do. And once I get all those buildings done, then I can have some more fun laying the track that goes down that street and some other street lights, etc. So anyway, get more into that at the next mail call. So they're working you hard then, Randall, with all that traffic?
Yeah, it hadn't been too bad this week. I don't have all that many hours this week. This is the second big trip of the week I've had. The last one I did, early yesterday morning was to Critco, and that was the first big trip I had all this week. So, and today was a third to Springfield. So,
Here's the two side panels I cut off that building. And the roof too. So.
and just in case anybody's wondering, Critco is basically West Memphis, Arkansas. So,
Okay. Yeah, I'd never heard of it. I know West Memphis. I lived in outside of Memphis, worked in
yeah,
Memphis, as you know.
it goes by Critco on BNSF. So,
Okay.
it's technically West Memphis.
Yeah. Railroad locations are not necessarily the same as what our locations may be.
Yeah.
Like I commonly refer to EOLA, EOLA, which is nothing but pasture land between Naperville and Illinois and Aurora, Illinois. Back in the day, now it's all fully developed and everything, but it's maintained that name, even though it's not a technically a location to anybody other than the railroad.
Yeah, another one that typically gets a lot of confusion is the one at Truman. There's a place in Truman, Arkansas, but the siding there is called Row, so it's not Truman when you get assigned a trip there. It'll be like a third or row. And spelled ROE. Why it gets a lot of confusion, because there actually is a town called Rowe, Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
But it's it's like, I think I forgot exactly where Rowe exactly is. I think it's well, I'd have to look it up on the map to be sure, but it's a long ways from where the BNSF siding is. We'll say that.
Well, Missouri and Arkansas have some weird named places that don't technically exist anyway. Like my mom was born in Moccasin Hollow, Missouri. And I would challenge anybody to find where that's at. It's actually just the wrong side of the tracks of what back in the 20s of Marston, Missouri.
Yeah.
Down there in the boot heel.
One of the places that's near where I live, they call Fryette. So
Fryette.
That's down there just below about 8 or 9 miles. I guess west of Mammoth Spring, Arkansas. So.
Okay. I'm fairly familiar with some parts of Arkansas.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time on Greer's Ferry Lake and the surrounding areas, plus getting in and out of there, which is not easy, but
Right.
I think that's one of the requirements of the Corps of Engineers. You got to make it as inaccessible as possible.
Well, I don't know, but I know the gravel road I live on, it would be nice if they bladed it every once in a while.
Yeah.
I kind of, it gets kind of rough when you have chug holes deep enough to lose your van in. So, uh,
Sure. Everything's east of LA. I should give this live stream a theme. Right? The theme of it's going to be Iowa. That's a hint as to the next 2 mail calls. I have 2 more mail calls, Lynn. Yeah,
speaking of mail calls, I was just going to say, speaking of mail calls, I should have a package or 2 coming in today.
Mine, I had 1 come in. The pedestrian bridge, that package came in Tuesday?
I have one coming
Monday or Tuesday. And
Yeah, I
then
have
1 came in Wednesday and 1 came in yesterday.
Yeah, I have one coming yesterday too. The video of it's already up. It's at GATX Hopper set. It's 2 cars, but it's classified as 1 car.
Okay.
Those got the drawbar connection on them.
Close, Bernard. You know, I was actually born in Iowa. Okay, and even though I was raised in suburban Chicago, only because it was because my mom and dad were both after the war in Rock Island, Illinois, the Quad Cities. But my mom's OBGYN was across the river, across the Mississippi, over in Iowa. So I'm technically a native Iowan, but raised in Illinois. And then simply by coincidence, or actually field of study, I ended up at Iowa State University. Okay, so and I actually had in-state tuition to begin with. I don't know, they screwed up, but they caught up with me. I had to pay the extra. So Iowa is the tall corn state. And Illinois and Iowa vie every year for which state produces the most corn or the most bushels per acre. And it goes back and forth because the acres planted is about the same. I think Iowa's slightly more. And it all depends on what the farmers plant that year. Sometimes they'll plant soybeans, sometimes they'll plant corn, for the most part. And so anyway, going to Iowa State, you eat corn or some derivative of corn for every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So by the time I graduated, I did not eat corn again for, 20 years. First of all, I went to Texas, and the corn down there sucked. It wasn't like the Midwestern sweet corn, but here nor there. So, no, Bernard, it's not all about corn. Hello, Ethan Armitage. Welcome. I've been there. One of my closest fraternity brothers, his wife lived down the road from Field of Dreams, outside of Anamosa, Iowa. You're born in the back seat of a Greyhound bus? Oh my, it sounds like a country western song. And no, Lynn, it's not the USS Iowa either. Okay. I always thought they should have taken the USS Iowa and brought it up the Mississippi River, but I don't think it would have fit through some of the locking dams. I know ocean-going vessels commonly go as far up the Mississippi as Baton Rouge. But I don't know. Beyond that, I think it's all barge traffic.
I think it has some trouble kind of clearing some of the bridges too.
Could be, yeah. Yeah, because if they waited till the low water, then they probably wouldn't have enough, depth.
Yeah, they'd be running aground probably.
Yeah. Plus, on some of the curves, that bigger ships wouldn't be able to make the curves, I don't think. And here comes Lynn. Welcome, Lynn. Say something, Lynn, so we know. No sound. No sound, Lynn. Sound, Lynn. Gotta turn your microphone on. Ramblin' Man, Allman Brothers Band. I was listening to that this morning, Steve.
Well, they play Allman Brothers a lot here on the local radio station I listen to.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you, Ethan. I think you're talking about mine, or maybe you're talking about Lynn's. Lynn's got a cool one showing too.
Right now they're playing the Cars on there right now.
Well, that's apples and oranges, isn't it? Well, Lynn, it may say your mic's on, but it's not saying anything. Did you try doing the StreamYard test? Okay, go in the settings. And take a look at your audio. You may have to adjust the volume. Maybe on, but no volume setting. I heard that.
Okay.
Okay, now I hear you.
Oh,
see?
All right.
I knew we'd get you going.
It's magic. I have no idea. I just hit the test button and no, but on the original, before I came on, when I speak, it'd go up and down and, did all that stuff. I didn't want to interrupt your mail call. Got my own mail call.
All right.
Even got one of these little.
What? I'm trying to see what railroad that was.
Frisco.
Oh, okay.
That's nice, Glenn.
This is one of 10 that I am changing out the couplers and wheels. I got the couplers done.
So Riviosi?
Three quarters left.
I was going to say that Frisco car looks just like the one that was on the Peach Blossom Special that I saw back in 1994.
And if anybody needs some plastic wheels, I've got.
I got hundreds.
Yeah, same here.
And plastic horn hook couplers too. I got tons of those.
I used to have a guy in Maryland.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Ethan. Hope it's not too bad.
That does the train shows up there. And Scott Greer, J. Scott Greer. Anyways, I sent him once 5 pounds of plastic wheels.
There, now I got you a little bit better.
That's better.
Well, you were off screen, even though you're shorter now. At least I can see you.
Been working on my security lights.
Huh?
Problem is they don't have an off and on switch. You would literally have to take the camera apart to put the batteries in. So I'm toying with the idea of cutting one of the wires and putting a switch on the back end of it.
I want to get I'll tell you what, I got this F7 chassis I got that last week. I talked about the DCC F7 I got with this crappy paint job. I'd like to take this and put a camera in this sucker because I do have a B unit or the F7 dummy chassis I could put this on because I took the power chassis from this and put it on the F7B unit for my Northern Pacific consist. Hey, younger Steve. Welcome. It's Friday. Yay.
Ethan hurt his back. I've been through that already.
A train sighting.
Boy.
I got a load of coal train down there coming in the fair.
Nobody take this the wrong way, but I watch some rail fanning videos, and from time to time, it's not what trips my trigger to watch a video on it. Probably because of how I grew up. But people get all excited. Here comes a train, and that's fine, But growing up on the CB&Q racetrack, the 3-line main line between Chicago and Aurora, during the day from sunrise to sunset, you cannot sit at either any one of the 3 Downers Grove stations and not see the headlight of a train coming from one side or the other. Okay, oftentimes multiple. There's a great video I saw of 3 E units, all right, lined up on all 3 tracks, and it wasn't just a picture; it was a video. One was stopped. One was actually going the opposite direction, but it was on the tail end of a train. And then the third was an express coming down the middle track. And it was so cool to actually see that video. And, he did a stop frame. The guy did a stop frame of it. But so, for my rail fanning, especially as a kid, there was no intermission, so to speak, between trains because they were just constantly coming. So anyway. Not to belittle anybody else who goes rail fanning or anything like that, because they didn't have the same opportunity.
I assume you watch virtual rail, or you've seen virtual rail.
Yeah, every now and then. The camera I like to watch the best is I got 2. I like Fort Madison, Iowa.
Yeah.
All right, where it crosses the Mississippi, and then I like Cordele, Georgia. Okay, some people might say Cordell. It's Cordele. Because they have a rail fanning park there. They were building it as we were leaving, and so there's 3 different railroads that cross there: CSX, Norfolk Southern, Georgia, Central of Georgia, something like that. Anyway, so it's a pretty active interchange right there.
Santa Fe.
Hey, John.
Used to be pretty busy too.
Which one?
Santa Fe Junction.
Where's that at?
It's not in Santa Fe. I don't remember. It's
Kansas City, Missouri, I think.
Yeah, Kansas. It's in Kansas.
Okay.
But the newest one, and right down the street that way, Hesperia, which is Cajon Summit, which is the main line for all of the railroads from from Nevada, Barstow, Northern California, anywhere, comes down through the pass into San Bernardino and then on into Los Angeles.
Okay.
And like everybody's been talking, the traffic's been picking up. But I like to see unusual things. I mean, just a train going by, oh, that's cool, the noise and all that. The other day, they had like 3 units pulling a boxcar and a passenger car, and that was it.
Well, they're relocating.
And they had one the other day with flat cars with old 20s, 30s passenger cars on the flat cars going somewhere, probably to a museum or something like that.
Yeah, being restored or something.
Cajon Pass is notorious for runaway trains. They've had some horrendous crashes. I mean,
Huh.
trains going 100 miles an hour and leaving the track and going through a neighborhood.
I don't understand that. Why don't they have spring lock brakes like trucks? Okay, where if the air isn't applied, they lock down. Okay, I know that's the way tractor trailers are.
Well,
right? If you blow an air hose, if you're running down the interstate and all of a sudden you see dualies, tracks, two sets of them, okay, that is a truck that's lost an airline.
Yeah.
Okay? And they've locked up. So.
Well, if you ever get a chance, look for the YouTube called Disaster on Duffy, Duffy Street.
Okay.
And it explains what happened. And it was just a combination of errors. Yeah. First, the train was overloaded because the first shipment out of Death Valley, Trona, they didn't have a way of measuring the material. And so the second train, they overloaded it. And the weight master didn't notice the difference and just signed it off, saying it was the same. And then the helper units, one of them had no brakes. The other one had mechanical problems. The lead units, one of them had problems. And there was engineers in the rear units, the helpers, of course, the crew up front. And they weren't communicating. So they were turning the brakes off and on. They hit the emergency. They burned the brakes up. There was all parts of the train red hot flying off of it, and to the point that there was nothing. And then the big disaster was where it crashed underground, barely underground, was a high pressure fuel line for jet fuel going to the air base up in Nevada, in Vegas. So when they were cleaning the mess up, they nicked the pipe. Another screw up. The shutoff valve was at the top of the pass. So all the fuel that was in the pipe all the way down, I don't know, 20 miles or so, blew out of the pipe into the neighborhood. And all it took was one spark and blew up the whole neighborhood. I was working across the valley and it looked like an atomic mushroom cloud going up. You could hear the boom all the way across the San Bernardino Valley. I mean, it totally wiped out the neighborhood. There people killed, all kinds of, it was a biggie. And then the third disaster, the poor people, wasn't a really upscale neighborhood. A bunch of lawyers came in and said, we're going to do a class action. But
Randall, you're breaking up and getting real noisy.
He's outside. You train? Ooh, look, train.
Oh, there's a train.
But the lawyers had all these people give them money to represent them, and then they took off the deal. Need to put some oil on those brakes. That's the type of train that went off the track at 100 miles an hour.
Oh, my. Oh, we got more people down in the basement.
Morning, Lee.
There's Lee.
Hello.
Hi, Lee.
Hello.
Well,
I can hear my phone ringing on the other side of the room. Back in a minute.
All right. I did not see that UP gave away the Challenger. Who'd they give it away to, Bernard?
I don't know if Bernard's still with. Oh, there he is on the side there. I saw it was a group that's going to restore it and some cars.
Oh, okay. That'd be cool.
And it's going to take them a couple of years, of course, but they're going to, restore it back to road condition.
Yeah, I mean, that's not an easy thing to get done. Very expensive to boot. Very expensive to boot. All right, so we're about 40 minutes. In about 5 more minutes, we'll do our next mail call.
So I'm going to bow out here in a minute, but just a couple of news. Next Friday, I won't be able to join you because about this time I should be in the doctor's office. I've been waiting to see him about my back. I saw somebody, who it was, said they were having back trouble too.
Ethan.
But,
Ethan said he hurt his back today.
and took me a month to see a doctor about mine, and of course it's better now. So
yeah, in 2 weeks, probably not having a live stream.
no, 2 weeks I may do a live stream because we're putting on a train show.
Let's see. On the 13th. It's my wife's birthday, and we're getting together with some of the kids.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah. But I may do it anyway. We just we'll see. I'll put it on. I will be here next week, but perhaps not the week after that.
So I've tried doing a live stream before from a show. Cell phone, it kind of works. I don't know. It's almost like you're recording and then posting. It's not 100% live, at least the way I look at it.
It is, but it isn't.
Yeah.
What we see, Lynn, is instantaneous. All right, between us talking and everything, but what everybody else that's not part of the actual stream, there's a delay, and that varies. It can be a second, it can be 10 seconds. Who knows? It all depends on connections and any number of different things. So that's why it doesn't seem to be live sometimes. And then of course you get the recording and replay to watch later. All right, so let's go ahead and do another. I'm excited. I'm too excited today.
So you have more screen time.
All right.
I'll keep in touch.
Okay, good enough. All right, so the next mail train is, we shall see if it plays. It may or may not play. If it doesn't play, I'll play it. Maybe. I don't know if it's playing or not. Yeah, it's playing. The train just hasn't come through. So it's the which train is it? Wait till it comes through before I do. Come on, train. Well, it's the California Zephyr, but the video's not playing. So why? I have no clue. Oh, there it is. Go figure.
Thanks, Dave. Back.
All right, welcome back, Lee.
Yeah.
California Zephyr's inbound here.
But guess what?
What?
Next week, I'll have a running video.
All right. Good deal.
I've had a full day, half a day yesterday cleaning track, and today finished it. All my sidings, I can do switching operations and everything. So there'll be a running session coming soon.
I saw the coolest thing. I think the guy's name is Mark S. And he made a track cleaning car out of masonite, all right, and 2 roofing nails. And what he does is he drills the bottom of a box cart, 2 holes in the bottom of a box cart, where those roofing nails will slide up and down.
Like this.
Does that slide up and down?
My signal must be messing up or something.
Like that, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
exactly
got
like
little.
that.
Yeah, that's the one I've got. That
But
one.
he uses.
I'm gonna have to shut this thing off or something because it's not showing anything.
You're here,
Oh.
but
Well, it's doing something now.
There's no video, Randall, but we can hear you.
Huh.
All right. So the California Zephyr
Well, that's odd.
is at the station.
Let me try
Go
it.
out and come
Let me
back,
leave for a
Randall.
second and I'll be right back.
All right.
The link's at the top anyway.
And
Yeah,
so
hang on just a second. I'll be back.
all right.
No problem, Randall.
So let's see what the
Right.
California Zephyr brought us, shall we?
Bloody, let me put that there.
All right.
You are
And
having
I'll
trouble
slide back
connecting
Power
by
station.
unstable internet.
I'll hold off on the mail
his
talk
workbench
until you guys are done
looks
talking.
cool.
So. You guys
Your
done?
workbench. My workbench is. I'm redoing all my work in front of me. My workbench in front of me layout. That's something. Links at the top, I think. It should be in the chat. I ain't got pop out chat house.
All right. Lee, I muted you because I'm trying to do the next mail call. I'll unmute you here in a second. Okay. So, as I stated earlier, the theme of today's live stream is Iowa. Okay. Now, 3 Iowa State graduates, and unfortunately I wasn't one of the 3, started a company called Iowa Scaled Engineering. And they do a number of different products, but everybody is probably most familiar with the Proto Throttle. Hey, Jason. Okay. And the Proto Throttle. No, I didn't get that, but I got one of the other things that they make. I'll bring it down here. And it's called the Motorman. Okay? And what the Motorman is, it's an auto reversing circuitry. But it does a whole lot of other things. Okay? So I got the Motorman. I got the additional extra plate that switches between off Motorman and whatever the normal feed would be. In other words, I could feed DCC into it, all right, and I can run it on DCC or I can run it on Motorman or off. Now I'm going to put an extra switch on it so that I can switch back and forth between DCC and DC. Okay, so I got that, got the switch. This is the actual unit itself that goes in this plate. I got the power supply. All right. And then I got 4 different sensors. Okay. 2 long delay remote sensors. And these here are the side sensors. They're the ones that come up alongside the track and shoot across. But I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to cut into the base over there in Aurora. I'm going to lay these things flat, shooting up underneath, because, as you may recall, Aurora has tracks underneath. That was my staging yard. So having anything hanging down like these underneath that baseboard, it wasn't going to work for me. So I've got these that I'm going to work with. So I've been anticipating this. You know, Heath has one on his trains that run back and forth, and he did tests on the Motorman versus the AR1 from Circuitron, and then some other cheapo thing that barely worked. And he prefers this one because it's more programmable. So that's my big thing from Iowa Scaled Engineering. You know, 2 of the guy, there's 3 guys in the company. They all live out in the Denver area now, but they're all 3 Iowa State grads. 2 were electrical engineers from Iowa State, and the third was a marketing guy from Iowa State. So thus the name Iowa Scaled Engineering. And they started this company because they were all model railroaders and made all this stuff for their own layouts. And then people kept wanting that stuff, so then they decided to go ahead and start the company up and have been pretty successful, I think. So I don't know that I don't think it's their day job, so to speak, but they make some great products. So that's the second mail call. And okay, Lee, I unmuted you.
Okay. Well, at the moment, I keep getting problems. I keep getting sent to me a different.
Yeah, Bernard, I'll never forget. God, it was about 6 years. No, hell, it was longer than that. Back in my mid 50s, I had a brake line.
I'm gonna throw this laptop out the window.
Not today. Not today. I'll have to cut holes in the cabinetry for the panel, and actually I will be taking Aurora all apart and doing most of the assembly out in the garage. But I don't know about live because I don't have really good internet out in the garage, but I can video it for sure. So hey, Mystic.
Hello, John, Mystic. I'll be back live this Sunday, Steve.
Oh, all right, I'll be there.
I'll be
this Sunday. I'll be there. The following Sunday, I will not.
Yeah, well, I'll be saying more in my videos. I'm going to be slowing down shortly with YouTube. Next month, I'm slowing down with YouTube because I'm going back to work for the summer. So
the link for Iowa Engineering, Jason. Yeah, I'll post it. Hang on.
Oh, Wigwams in. No.
There you go, Jason. Oh, the StreamYard link. Duh.
It's at the top, Jason. If you'd go back to but he may not get it if he's on his phone.
What we have here is a failure to communicate. There you go, Jason.
We're going to get a train freak coming up. I'm doing some alterations on Alan Melwood as well. You know my nice village he had where he had the garage and the church?
Yeah.
Yeah. The garage is already gone. It's been taken up. What's he nodding his head at?
What? I'm sitting here talking about Iowa Scaled Engineering, and you say link. What am I supposed to think?
Scroll back up, and you'll see that I said link before you even open that box.
Before I open what box?
The Iowa State
You
Engineering.
don't know that, and I know that how?
It's in the chat.
I'm over there.
Oh, God.
No, it was before you went over there. You still had it on the mail train.
Okay.
When I said, hey, everyone, I'm sitting by the tracks, and then I said link with the question mark, or I said no link. Yeah, mobile doesn't scroll back up, so far. It always goes so far back.
Yeah, it doesn't. I forgot about that.
So
who's in first?
Yeah.
Link was
Your
on
beard's
third.
getting long now, Jason.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. But no, I'm sitting in a different spot than usual. They've got my normal spot closed off because there's a carnival this weekend or a festival or something.
Hey, you know what you need?
What is that?
Have you ever seen those handles for spotlights for cars? You know, like squad cars have. You know, they have a light right outside the window, and they got a handle inside so they can point them around and stuff.
Yeah.
You need one of those in the roof with a camera mount up there. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, but he'd still have to be careful. He didn't lose it. Like he nearly lost his tripod.
Mate, I still got the tripod. It's right in front of me.
Yeah, but you nearly lost it if you hadn't run back for it.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, it actually. So I got an antenna. I'm in my wife's car today, so I have an antenna. When it fell off, it knocked the antenna over, so I saw the antenna on my glass. So that's how I knew that it fell off a few weeks ago, and that's why I have it on the hood in front of me.
Steve wants to know if anyone's removed the numbers from number boards from Ather and Genesis. I don't have any Ather and Genesis. I know the blue boxes are they're just part of the glass, and they don't have numbers on them. You have to decal or whatever onto that glazing.
Ather and Genesis, if it's not lit number boards, I think they're painted and decaled on, but they might be on a clear piece of styrene that's glued in, if I'm not mistaken. It depends on the model.
The thing is, if they're etched in to the plastic itself, even if you got the paint off, the etching might still be there and make it problematic to re-decal. Although they make the stuff, and I think I've got some crystal clear.
Yeah, micro crystal clear.
Yeah, micro crystal clear that you could drop in there and to smooth it out and start all over. So
yeah, that stuff's amazing. And if not, you can also drill out those number boards, and it's either Detail Associates or Details West makes the clear number boards to go in there if you're wanting them lit.
Where do you get the decals for them?
Decals, I normally microscale.
Microscale
is normally what I use.
And individual numbers?
Yeah, individual numbers. Okay. Because depending on the era, not all number boards are the locomotive's number. If you go back in the old SP days, the number boards were the train number.
Yeah. Weren't they that way for everybody?
No.
Huh.
No, they weren't. It was not a national standard. It was up to the railroad. Either the number board had the locomotive's number or it had the train's number.
Right.
So one or the other.
Okay. I think all of mine have the locomotive's number.
Yeah. Cotton Belt used locomotive's number and SP used train number. Now later on, like in the, I want to say the 60s or 70s, then SP changed it to where it was all locomotive number. Because they would have to constantly change them out, you know.
Well, buses do.
Yeah.
Buses have the route number, so.
Right. But no, so funny thing is, yesterday, my Motorman came in the mail.
Oh, you got one too?
I got one too.
They just came back into stock. For 2 months, I've been trying to get a hold of somebody at Iowa Scale Engineering. And I kept sending emails, and nobody would ever reply. And they finally had those guys, or at least one of the guys, one of the three guys, up at Twin Cities, up there for one of their going-ons, and it was on a Facebook page or something. So I put a comment in there. I've been trying to get a hold of you. Anybody have a way of getting a hold of these guys? They got a hold of me right after I did that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got it ordered. I guess I ordered it last week.
Now, I didn't get the extra faceplate that you got. I just because I'm building a demo layout for train shows
Yeah.
for LCC because since I am a distributor for RR circuits, of course soundtracks, but I can't compete with other vendors with the soundtrack stuff. But since I'm a distributor for RR circuits for LCC and now custom signaling systems with their signals, I'm wanting to build a layout that I can take to train shows and demonstrate, hey, this is what you can do. And
The only
so,
thing I wish they would have done was on this plate. I wish that switch would have had another position. One for DC and one for DCC.
yeah,
Or,
that
it's
way,
just, but that's fine. I've got the other toggle that I can put in there, and I don't know. I may actually put it on this panel, but maybe not. I don't think it's going to fit back there, but that's not a problem.
gotcha.
More info? What would you like to know, Bernard? It is programmable. The sensors are IR sensors, and they have 3 different types. They have 2 types that come up under the board. Come up through the board like that, but they hang down about yay far. All right.
Did you go with the under the track sensors or beside the track sensors?
Both.
Okay.
I ordered some extras. The ones, and the reason being, the guy at Iowa Skilled Engineering, when I explained what I was doing, he suggested these remote sensors. Okay, which are under the track.
Right.
Okay, they don't hang down as far.
Okay.
But what I really wanted, so I paid extra for these 2. But the 2 that, you have a choice when you order it, whether you get the under track or the side, the side. What I asked him was, could I use these side mounts sensors? See how long they are?
Yeah.
All right. Can I put them laying horizontal, shooting up? And he said, yeah, but you're going to have them like right under the ties. I said, that's not a problem. All right. So initially I'm going to go with these.
So it'd be like you would have to either cut out or sand down your cork row bed, lay it on the cork, and then put the track right on it.
Yeah, except I'm not using cork roadbed. The track's embedded in the street of
Okay.
Aurora. All right. So what I'll do is that plywood base, I will cut a slit that this will sit down into. And I'll
Right.
use a piece of styrene, underneath that as the new bed for the sensor, and then have it shooting up. And then the street part between the rails will be another piece of styrene, just tacked, so to speak, with just a hair of super glue over the top of the board. All right, where if I have to get to it, I can pop it off easily enough. That's the game plan anyway.
Gotcha.
So
Can't believe I still done one of me models. One of me cardboard models, Jason. I climbed up onto the baseboard and put my foot right through it and took the side off it.
Yeah. Well, what did you do that for?
Because I couldn't get to the back of the baseboard because it's against the wall. So I thought I'll go up on the baseboard. Never again. I'm putting a hole in the baseboard so I can poke my head through.
Bernard, what it's really, you can use the Motorman works for DC or DCC. It doesn't matter, and it's basically a reversing circuit. All right, so I've got that track at Aurora that runs behind those face buildings, and what I want was like a 44-ton switcher and a box car just going down the street. it gets the end, hits the sensor, it stops. You can vary the time delay for how long you want it to sit there before it reverses and goes back the other way.
Right.
So, I'm answering for Bernard here because he's asking some questions.
So my understanding, when they explained it on their website, they've got some good information on there that explains all of it.
Yep.
Think of it as a DC power pack and a DCC command station all built into one.
Right. Exactly.
You can choose DCC or DC. You can choose one or the other. It will do a consist address. So if you got like 2 locomotives that you want to run together, that's great. It's not really designed for like big layouts, like running like trains, unless like you're trying to do like a trolley type system. It's good for that. You can have it stop at multiple stops, stop for a few seconds and carry on, and then go in reverse if it's not a loop. But it was really designed more for demo layouts for train shows. That was the purpose of it.
What I liked about it over all the other options was that additional stops that you can program in. You just need more sensors for it, and each sensor has a sensor address, and you'd say, okay, stop at this one for a minute, and then keep going after that, or stop at this one and then reverse, after 2 minutes.
Right. But I guess the difference between the DCC version of the Motorman and a DCC system is the Motorman's only going to be able to control one address at a time, and that's it. Where a DCC system, you can have multiple throttles, and each throttle is controlling a separate address at one time. Therefore, you can have multiple trains running simultaneously. The Motorman, you're stuck to one.
Yeah.
So,
and for what I'm doing, I wouldn't want more than one.
Right. So, it's like I said, for a trolley type setup, it is perfect.
When I get around to building Chicago, right here, okay, I'll have another one. Because I have a trolley that'll go there as well.
Now, see, what would be really cool is if Steve would get ITLA's the L laser kit and starts building it and actually has track on it, then he could use the Motorman to actually simulate the L actually running on his layout.
The only problem is the L didn't run around Union Station. It's on the other side of the Chicago River. It's south, it's north, and it's east.
Yeah. But that would be really cool to see, though.
I looked at that way when I was planning this, and I was thinking, how can I make this work? Wasn't going to work. So
yeah.
Anyway. But I was real excited to finally get it because I've been waiting. I've been trying to pull the trigger for months. So.
Well, like I said, I got it mainly just for a demo layout, just so that way I could have a locomotive running. I mean, the main focus of this layout is showing how the signals work with block detection. It's more promoting the LCC. Like, I'm not even going to be trying to promote this Motorman thing. If someone asks me how I'm able to make this work, I will tell them, but that's not the purpose of it.
Right.
So.
Cool. Well, maybe you could strike up a deal with when I ordered this thing. I asked him, do you have a discount for fellow alumni of Iowa State? And I put in their class of 82. They didn't bite on that at all.
Probably, I'm sure not. You probably would have been better off if I promote this on my YouTube channel. Will you give me a discount?
Yeah.
A lot of vendors, believe it or not, a lot of private vendors will actually give you discounts if you tell them, or you share your YouTube channel with them and tell them that, hey, when I get it in, I will do whatever you want me to do for a discount. And they'll do it.
The problem is I only have 233 subscribers.
Yeah.
I'm 629.
I did it before I hit 1,000 with custom signaling systems.
Yeah, but you were still up in the 800 or 900s.
No, I think I was like around 6 or 7.
Okay.
And I did it with somebody else too, but I can't remember who it was. Well, I did it on a lot of eBay purchases, like where I would buy like multiple items.
Uh-huh.
I've done it there, try to get like
Lynn wants,
combined shipping and a discount for buying multiples.
Lynn wants to know if this will work for any DC low voltage motor. It's designed for 12 volt motors, Lynn. It's a 12 volt system, and the power supply. I'll tell you how many amps, volts, and power supply the amp is, or amps and power supply is.
Now, for those that are wanting to use it for DC, it doesn't have that adjustable potentiometer. It's all button controlled. So it's like you increase your voltage or lower the voltage by the button, but it goes up to 12 volts. So 12 volts is the max.
Yeah, it's 12 volt, 3000 milliamp output, and it's 1.3 amp input. So the hell is this? This thing has a weird. I wonder if they sent me the right one now. Oh, there it is. Okay. They've got a. Did you look at yours, Jason?
I glanced at it last night, and then I put it back.
The power supply itself. That's not a normal plug.
But it comes with the adapter in it.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
I was scared there for a minute. So. Yeah, they were out of them for a while, and they just got 10 more in stock. So
they might have did that, so that way, like if someone from the UK buys it, then they can send the UK adapter.
Yes.
I have no clue what adapter Australia uses.
I don't either. That one does not look like UK though. UK has a 3-round prong thing for it's because there's 240 volt. Lee should have one. Show it. Show what. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
they're not round. Right. The plug is round. The prongs are square. Linear.
Let's see. This prongs are square.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because there's some.
Yeah,
there's
Lynn, it would be perfect for that, Lynn.
I'll say there's things I bought in the past that came, power pack just like that there, and they would come with like 3 different adapters.
Yeah. You missed my first mail call.
Yeah, I was in a meeting.
How's your nice new socket doing, Steve, on your workbench?
Oh, it's great. It is great.
It's better when you've got electric right under your workbench or in front of it.
When I put this thing together, I had 2 power strips, one on each side. Well, then I had everything plugged into it, so I had cords all over my workbench. So I said, well, that ain't going to work. I moved everything down below, but then I didn't have any power up here.
Yeah.
I was running that extension cord over, and I said, well, shit, all I got to do is put a receptacle in there. So that was easy enough to do.
Yeah, I'm redoing my workbench. I'm moving it. It's right in front of me layout. I've decided to move it. I'm going to rejig me layout room round. I can't move the layout, but I can redo my workbench.
All right, we got one more mail train, so let me.
What's a dog?
Is this one going to be the daylight?
Huh?
The daylight.
No, I don't have a daylight. No
I'm gonna
tape.
send you a daylight.
This is the city of Los Angeles.
Hey, the daylight did go to Los Angeles.
I know, but it didn't go to Chicago. Well, it was
Mhm.
the Rock Island one that went from LA to Chicago via the SP.
That would be the Golden
Golden
State.
State. Golden State, yeah. Golden State Rocket?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. Okay. Well, if I ever get
But it was
some,
only the Golden State Rocket from Chicago to El Paso.
and then it became
And then what they did was they took the Rock Island locomotives off, put the SP locomotives on, and it was just the Golden State.
oh, okay. Drop the Rocket.
Yeah.
Now, okay. The city of Los Angeles didn't actually. The Union Pacific didn't pull it all the way into Chicago. They switched it over to the Chicago Northwestern in Council Bluffs, and Chicago Northwestern pulled it across Iowa and northern Illinois into Chicago.
Isn't that the Overland? The Overland passenger train?
Yeah, but I don't think the Overland went into Chicago. I think that was Omaha West. I could be wrong.
Well, because I know there was a passenger train that went from Chicago to San Francisco. I think it's the Overland. And UP didn't take it to San Francisco. They had to get Southern Pacific to take it into San Francisco.
Okay.
But the locomotives that UP had on there had 3 railroads emblems on it.
Kind of like
I've got a picture of it somewhere.
California Zephyr.
Hmm?
Kind of like the California Zephyr, and
Yeah.
being between the Burlington, the Denver Rio Grande, and the West Pacific.
Yeah.
So anyway, the next package actually came from, guess where? Iowa.
Still.
No.
So it just came from Iowa.
We just had that one. Now we got a different train, okay? Because that Iowa Scaled Engineering actually ships out of Denver. All right.
Okay.
Colorado. All right, and but the next package actually came out of Iowa. Now a lot of people, I know Lynn and a few others, I think Joe Rader's been there. Caboose Stop Hobbies. Okay. Now I want everybody to get a piece of paper and a pencil, and I want you to guess how much each one of the items I show cost. Because what I have here is everything I bought in the month of April. Okay, because they'll hold it for you to save on shipping.
Okay.
I had 3 weeks worth of purchases, and the cheapest shipping that they typically have is $15. Well, I had 3 weeks worth of shipping for $15. Okay, so write down what you think everything costs. I'll put it up here, and we'll see who gets the closest. All right, and I'll try not to show any prices. So the first thing is this Mini Metals 51 Hudson Hornet.
Ooh.
That's nice.
And I've
I need
actually
one of those.
got the invoice I'll show just to verify the prices.
Yeah, I need one of those for my layout.
Yeah, normal retail for Mini Metals is what? $19-20, something like that, I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Anyway, so we got that. Okay. The next item is I got 3 packs of Intermountain metal wheels, and they sell them in 10 packs. So I got 3 packs of those.
It's cheaper. It's cheaper if you buy the 100-pack box. So
Yeah, but I didn't need that. If I buy the 100-pack, I won't have room for my trains won't run because I have way too many. I'm almost at the limit until I get some off-track yard storage, staging.
blue totes. Blue totes.
Where am I going to put them, Jason? There's no room in here. Okay. everything is filled.
Just stack them in the middle.
Yeah. Underneath the bed is filled with totes, filled with the empty boxes. Okay. But what I'm going to do, IKEA has, and you right down there, is in this cabinet. IKEA makes a cabinet with drawers that are yay high.
Yeah, doesn't he have one of those?
I don't know. Maybe
Or
he does.
Sparky? Someone does.
Yeah, I've seen him somewhere. But anyway, I want to get. Oh,
Yeah, I have as well. I can't think who it is. I don't know if it's
My neighbor
It's
has,
either
so
Sparky or Heath.
They're like $110 or something like that at IKEA.
Yeah.
So I want to get one of those to go inside this cabinet, and then I'll label each one of those drawers as an off-track storage area.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, Rick, the tree. He goes to Caboose Stop Hobbies every Wednesday night. I think it's 8:00 is the HO show. Okay, and all they do is they'll put something up there and they'll have a number on it, or a letter or a number, like the Hudson Hornet had. All right, and this one was P11. All right, and you just enter it into chat, and if you're the first one to enter it, you get it for the price they quoted.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. All right, Lynn's been there. Hey, Rick. Highlight yourself, toss. Guys, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. You do something like this. All right, so we got the Hudson Hornet, and we got 3 packs of 10 each Intermountain wheels. Okay. The next thing is an Athearn Blue Box, CB&Q mechanical reefer.
Ooh, that looks nice.
All right, and with KD couplers, but plastic
nice.
wheels. Okay.
Are you leaving it with the plastic wheels or changing it?
Well, that's why I bought the metal wheels.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rick. All right, so got that one. Write down. See, Rick, I shouldn't allow Rick to do this because he's on there every night.
Yeah, he's gonna get it probably close to it, isn't he?
Now the next one. Oh crap! I lost my knife. Where'd my knife go?
I think Rick took it from you because he was tired of you hurting his relatives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The next one I got to unwrap because it's actually 3 wrapped together. And these were from a pizza box. And they'll have pizza boxes filled with cars. Used rolling stock.
Oh, nice.
And the first one, and I don't know what brand it is. I'm going to say it's not Athearn. It's something better. I don't know. I don't know what brand it is. And it's not marked. Oh, it's an AccuRail. It's an AccuRail.
No, that's a little. That's if it's Athearn Blue Box, then yeah, that's a little better.
No, this is an AccuRail. So it's an Icebox Reefer, Fruit Growers Express. Okay, metal wheels, and KD couplers, not the crappy 2-piece stuff that come with AccuRails.
Oh yeah, the Accu couplers. I hate those.
Yeah, I toss those out right away. So anyway, got that one. So it shouldn't have to do much to that. I got to check the weight and coupler height, but that one should be pretty close to good to go. All right, now what's next? The next one is an Athearn Blue Box, weathered, and it's old. All right. This is weathered, but it's metal sprung trucks. Now, some people may like metal sprung trucks. I don't. Those will come off. I keep extra.
Yeah, I don't like them either.
Well, what happens is they do all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah, they have more of a derail potential.
Exactly. So anyway, but it does have KD couplers. So I'll change the trucks and I'll put metal wheels on it. And I'll check the weight out. Like I say, it's slightly weathered, which is pretty cool. So write that down. All right. Next item for your viewing pleasure is something weird. I have no idea. Somebody put KD couplers and boxes on it, but they're plastic wheels, so I'll have to put metal wheels on it. But they've added brass stirrups to it, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna say it's probably also an AccuRail. The brake wheel and line is loose, but again, it is a ice bunker reefer. So,
That is nicer.
Western Fruit Express.
I do like your box cars. They're better than our box cars. They're the equivalent of two of our short ones. We've lost Jason.
We did. Huh. Yeah, they did. Metal trucks do cause DCC issues. So anyway, that's the third ice bunker reefer. So I got 3 ice bunker reefers, 3 packs of intermountain metal wheels, mechanical reefer, the mini metals 51 Hudson. All right, now for the pièce de résistance. It's DC. It is not DCC. It's a Athearn blue box.
Santa Fe.
Yep. SD 45.
I like the Santa Fe stuff you've got there. It is nice.
SD 45. DC, and it does run smooth. All right, I'll have to put a decoder in it.
Santa Fe is nice. I do like
I've been
the
looking
Santa Fe.
for a road unit since my other 2 Santa Fe freights are general purpose, more like road switchers.
Yeah.
So I needed a road one. So that's an SD 45 blue box.
That looks nice. Are you keeping it as it is, or are you going to do a bit of weathering to it?
I got too many other things to do before 10 years from now, when everything else is done and detailed and so forth, I may weather. But I got other things that are higher priority.
Yeah, I'm the same. I just want to run trains now. I've got the tracks all cleaned. I want to just run the trains.
Oh, here's Jason back. All right. Rick says $30 for this. You're supposed to be writing them all down, Rick, and give me the total. Now, there's one last thing that was in that 3 weeks worth of purchases. Okay. I must be a special customer. Now, Rick buys a lot there too. I must be a special customer, and I don't know, Rick, if you got one of these or not, but I got a Caboose Stop Hobbies pin. All right. And it's not just any pin. It's got a little level in it. It's got a little ruler. All right. It's got 3 inches, and it's got 7, what appear to be centimeters marked off on it, and a little stylus on the end. So I'm tickled to death. I must be a special customer. I didn't get one in my first order, So I guess I wasn't special enough the first time, Rick. There's a screwdriver too? Where? That wasn't it? Or is that separate? Yeah. Spin off the rubber cap. Okay. Oh, yeah. Cool. Is it reversible? It is. It's reversible. Oh, dang.
All right, what's it got on the top?
With what?
What's the thing on the top of it?
It's there's a little screwdriver underneath the stylus cap. The stylus is for like I got a touchscreen monitor here. All right, that I could, that's what a stylus does. Jason keeps popping in and out, in and out. Make up your mind.
Could be StreamYard's having an Izzy fit.
Yeah.
No.
Really? Okay.
So the first time my phone overheated, so I had to put it in front of the air vents to cool it down. And I don't think my microphone was working this past time.
All right. I'm getting the website. There's not much to the website. What you really want is the YouTube page. So just run a search on YouTube for Caboose Stop Hobbies. Caboose Stop Hobbies. And
see,
go ahead.
I would get in trouble at that point.
Yeah.
You would.
Oh, and it gets competitive.
I bet.
It's not, you don't bid, it's not an auction where you're bidding the price up. It's whoever, they set the price, and whoever puts in that number first gets it. All right. So, you're in a hurry to type something out. And it happens on Wednesday, typically on Wednesdays. There's a separate half-hour show for N scale, O scale, and HO. Yeah, Rick's in trouble every week.
Yeah, Rick, that don't surprise me. That
the Carol, the elderly woman that I guess it's her and her husband's hobby shop, sweet as can be. I mean, how many places would let you buy this stuff, set it aside for weeks at a time before they ship it to you? All right, without paying for it until they won't ship it to you until you pay for it. But I mean, they'll hold it. And it's just
that's a good idea.
It's just old world business.
Is it because you told them you graduated from Iowa State?
Probably not, because it's located in Cedar Falls, Iowa, which is home to University of Northern Iowa. And the eastern half of the state is University of Northern Iowa and University of Iowa. So the western half is the Iowa Staters. Yeah, she knows everything she has in stock. You're right, Joe. I mean, you ask her, do you have a CB&Q GP35? Oh, yeah. Shit. And they're, walls and walls. And then they got upstairs and downstairs that they warehouse stuff in. And it's just, it's not a huge hobby shop like Midwest Hobbies in the Kansas City area. It's not like that. It's just a little family-run business that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, those are the best ones in my opinion.
Well, that's Ian, Lynn. Her husband, Merlin, has been sick. He hasn't been on the streams. You're talking about Ian. Her and Ian argue all the time. So, okay, now, does everybody have all those purchases? I'll run through them again. The pin was free. Okay. We got the SD45 Santa Fe,
okay.
Arlington mechanical reefer, Okay. 3 ice bunker reefers. All right. 3 packs of 10 Intermountain metal wheels. And the mini metals 51 Hudson Hornet. And I've got the invoice that I'll show. So everybody put down what your guess is.
Well, I can't type in it or I get kicked out.
Oh,
So I can tell you my guess.
okay. Tell me your guess.
115 for everything.
And don't forget shipping.
Oh,
No
so
shipping
add
in there from Iowa to
make it
Tampa Bay.
Make it. All right, then make it 130 for everything.
130. Jason says 130. Randall says 150. Lynn says 51. Mystic says 75. Rick says 85.
Hey, Lynn, we ain't playing The Price is Right.
Steve says 25. Hell, shipping's $15, Steve. Bernard says $199.95. John's bidding $1. Okay, Steve's up to 45 now. All right. Dwight says 55.
Man, a lot of y'all are way low.
Yeah. Well, Rick's just screwing around now. He said 85 to begin with. So he's just screwing with whoever said 15 earlier. Oh, Steve, I guess. Anyway, okay, here it is. The Athearn Blue Box.
Anybody? Oh, hold on. Did anybody guess 107? Because I don't know if Sparky's here.
Yeah, 107. No, it'd be 107, 107. No, there's no giveaway. This is just for fun, guys. The Athearn Blue Box SD 45 Santa Fe, $25. The 3 ice bunker reefers were $5 a piece. Remember, they all had KDs, and one of them had metal wheels. The CB&Q mechanical reefer with KDs but plastic wheels was $4. And the classic metal 51 Hudson was $8. And $15 shipping. So out of the auction stuff, it was $67. But then I had the 3 bags of wheels, and they sell those for $8 a bag. So that's $24. So a grand total from Cedar Falls, Iowa, to my door here in Tampa Bay area was $91.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Rick, you were the closest at 85.
Yeah, Rick was the closest.
And plus, you probably throw another, and Rick could attest to this, another $20 in there just for entertainment value, watching the stream. I mean, it is a lot of fun, especially listening to, like somebody pointed out, or Lynn pointed out, them arguing. Oh, how much is this? Oh, it's this. Well, how come? Because I said so. It's just funny.
I wonder if they're just trying to get rid of some of the inventory that they've had for a long time to make space for new stuff.
They buy estates.
Okay.
They buy estates and hobby shops that close and all of that. So a lot of the pizza box stuff is from that situation. I mean, they're selling new stuff cheap too, like the BNSF Heritage, Fallen Flags scale trains. I forget how much they're discounting that, but it was the cheapest I've seen. And anybody that has any N scale stuff they want to get rid of, they're really looking hard for some N scale stuff.
So one of the hobby shops up here, the one that I'm more affiliated with,
Joe said
He
95, so he beat you out, Rick. I'm sorry.
but one of the hobby shops I'm affiliated with, he just recently bought within the last year 2 in-scale estates.
Huh.
So he's got a whole bunch of in-scale stuff like cheap.
Yep. And I mean, you think about it. I mean, I'm not a proto modeler. Because I guarantee I'd ruin proto stuff. So I don't buy $5 stuff. And, but the
Right.
AccuRail, the blue box stuff, some of the newer Bachmann stuff, for me that just tickles me to death.
Yeah, you got a real good price on that locomotive because, I mean, those things on eBay are selling for like $40 to $50.
Yeah. Now I took it apart. Like I said, it runs and it's smooth. The motor's been replaced, and it didn't accept the Athearn motor mounts, so he's got it. It's caulked in place,
Right.
but it's like a cushion.
Yeah.
So I'll have to take all that apart when I wire it up with a decoder. So
Go put your Tsunami 2 in it.
probably not that. Like I said, I got 2 E units. I want to put tsunamis in.
You could always go economy. If it's the right prime mover, you could always go economy.
Right. Random name is Caboose Stop Hobbies. You know, they do some extras on Mondays, and then whatever doesn't sell on Wednesday, typically on Thursday they'll put the what's left over and video out for people to go back and look at again, see if they want on anything. From Caboose Stop, Joe? Oh, Rick just put up the YouTube channel.
Ooh.
And they just went over 1,000 subs last week.
Oh, nice.
So
They're at one.
But they keep doing stuff like that. I mean,
yeah, they also do. They put out some rail fanning videos.
I'm gonna have a look at that after this stream. I've just subscribed to them. I'm gonna have a look at that in a minute.
Yeah, the website is basic. The website is not a store. You don't go to the website and buy stuff off the website.
Yeah, no, I've just looked at the YouTube page.
You can call there and ask them what they have. Carol is as sweet as she can be.
Like that one, Joe. No fake book.
all right, guys. Well, I'm headed back. My lunch break's over with, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop off before my phone dies.
Okay,
So-
see you later, babe.
All righty. Well, I'll Tuesday I'll have the next tip of the day on building Aurora. Hopefully, it'll be on a couple more background, what I'm calling Blatts buildings. You know, you got flats, you got background buildings. Well, I'm making some in between, so I'm calling them background flats or Blatts.
All right.
See you again.
See y'all.
See you, Jason.
All right, we'll see you later, Jason.
I've just brought a video out, Steve.
Yeah, I saw it. I watched it already. Unless you just did another one.
Now I brought my Friday one out.
This morning, right?
No, wasn't this morning. This was the one that had the goat in. I put it out a new one in with the goat in.
Yeah, I've already seen it. I already commented. Because it's not my queue anymore.
Oh. Okay.
Anybody else got anything going on? Don't forget Anthony Dodge is on at 3 Eastern time.
Yep, Anthony Dodge is on tonight. I look forward to Anthony Dodge's live.
And Cousin Vinny's on at 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Yep. Cousin Vinny's on. It was nice, Ray Boble last Sunday on his Back on Tracks to mention Andy Somerset.
Yeah, sad news.
Yeah, no, it was. It was. I done a live stream for it.
Yeah, I saw.
I didn't really have the camera on me. I couldn't.
Yeah. For those that don't know, there's a gentleman that passed away in England by the name of Somerset Andy, and
yeah, well, he was a character. I've actually got the Backmans running now. I run it. I've started. I've got a video coming out dedicated.
Hiya,
to
Nathan.
It. Hiya, Nathan. Yeah, I've got a video.
You got here just in time to watch us all sign off.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, now I've got the Backmans running brilliant. They're running round the loop brilliant, and I'm doing a video with them. I'm going to do a video. That's what I've got to do after tea. I'm going to get it filmed. I'm going to run 2 trains going round, and I'm going to do a long running video, I think.
All right.
It'll be interesting.
One of these years, Randall, I'm going to stop. Scale Trains, their headquarters is just north of Chattanooga. One of these years, I'm going to stop in there, see if they'll give me a free sample. Like that'll happen. Yeah, they'll give me some marketing literature. So which freight cars? Are they the Scale Train ones?
Yeah, he was. You got that one right, Randall. He was a big supporter of a lot of channels.
I just assume, Randall, that they were Scale Train cars.
Yeah. Did you see what Randall just put in there? He was a lot of supporter of the American streams. I know. I put him in touch with a lot of the American streams.
Well, Bernard, thank you. I appreciate the kudos. I just try to have fun, share info.
Yeah, that's what we try and do. We share different info we have from different stuff we do on the layout.
And I'm not. Obviously, I'm promoting Caboose Stop Hobbies. I don't get any remuneration, or they're not sponsors or anything like that. It's just a good time. Joe buys stuff there. Rick buys stuff there. Lynn's been on the channel, and I'm sure some others. It's just a lot of fun. Hope to see y'all there. If not on Monday, the Monday streams aren't as good as the Wednesday, but Wednesday.
I'll have to try and pop in and have a look at those streams he does.
Wednesday at 8, yeah, shipping would kill you. Speaking of shipping, Lee, has it shipped yet? I know that answer.
It's over on the workbench, on the other workbench needs to get sent. I've had other stuff. I've been working in the garden because the weather's dead nice.
Yeah, you've been working in the garden since January. For those that don't know, Lee was supposed to send Connie, Dragon Lover, a package with a bunch of stickers and stuff so that she could send them out to people here in the U.S. So we've been on.
Makes it cheaper. It cheaper. It's ridiculous how much they want for sending us one set of stickers to someone.
Yeah.
It's stupid. They're crucifying it.
Yep. Well, folks, we're almost at my 2-hour mark. So
yeah, we're almost. You haven't commented on that video I put out, Steve.
I liked it.
Yeah.
See, if I'm watching on the big screen TV, you can't comment.
Ah.
All right, so I have to go back later on my phone or on my computer.
No rush, hey. What did you think of the ending with the ghost?
The what?
What did you think of the ending with the goat?
Is that the one where you had him tied up?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like your goat. It's good. It's good. You know, when I get Aurora done, I'm gonna start doing where's the Mirthmobile today?
Yeah. Well, the goat, that's the first video of it. Next week will be another video on what he's done. Because he's tethered, but there's something going to happen.
Yeah, like right now the Mirthmobile's right here.
Yeah.
Wayne and Garth are talking to Trixie.
Yeah. Hey, I tell you now, I do like that roundhouse. You've done that layout. Come on, leaps and bounds.
It's a lot. Yeah, I'm real happy with it.
Yeah.
Aurora looks really cool, especially at night when it's not torn apart like it is now.
Same to you as well, John. Have a good weekend, everyone.
John, we'll see you. Thanks for stopping in.
See you.
Joe,
Bye.
thanks for coming. Randall, everybody. Lynn. With that, make sure you thanks for joining me here at the Retirement Railroad, and y'all have a great day. Bye.
See you. Bye.